let's start just laying on our foam rollers. We're gonna have those rollers the long way on our mats. So we'll have our hips down at one end. We'll roll ourselves back and have our head down at the other end. And just let yourself be there for a moment. Notice where your feet are. You decide how wide you want them. Remember, a wider stance is always going to feel a little more stable. A little narrower will be a little more rocky, a little more balance work. As we're there, let yourself just take some breath and kind of do that check in with your body. So those giant big inhales, where you just fill up around your rib cage, and then as you exhale, squeeze out that breath, kind of starting to find those core muscles tightening in, and just feel yourself kind of lengthen out on that roller as you take just a couple more breaths on there. Inhaling, giant big inhales. Exhales where you're just slowly forcing that breath out, feeling those stomach muscles pull in to help you like squeeze out every last drop of breath. Let's head into our arm circles. Let's energize our arms. As you inhale, you're gonna lift the arms up overhead. They get to be nice, slow, big ones. And then as you exhale, you're gonna open and circle. Then come all the way back around. Big inhale as we're lifting up, filling up, up. And then exhale, open and reach to circle as you're coming back. Let's do one more like that. Just exploring your range, kind of reaching and like seeing if we can get that reach all the way out to our fingertips. We're gonna wake everything up this morning. And then let's go ahead and reverse that. Palms up, reach out through those fingertips. Big wingspan as you circle around, and then just pressing those arms long beside us. Inhales where we reach out, timing that breath. And then that exhale as you press the arms long beside. Let's get one more full one in. Big inhale, wingspan, reaching out to the sides of the room. Exhale, let's press all the way down to the mat for a moment. And then we'll lift the arms up above our shoulders, turn our palms in. We'll start with some puppet arms here where our arms are straight and we're gonna reach up like we're trying to grab something on the ceiling. And then we're gonna pull our shoulder blades down like they're squeezing or hugging our roller. Inhale, big breath to reach. And then that exhale as you hug around that roller. Just kind of feeling how much range we have in our shoulder blades. No like right or wrong, but just kind of noticing it as you lift and lower them. Something we don't always pay attention to. On that next one, just keep a little bit of that feeling of kind of hugging your roller with your shoulder blades. And then let's open our arms out to the sides of the room. Take that giant inhale. Go as far as feels good. If it feels good to you to go all the way to the floor, sometimes I like that kind of press in moment. Exhale as you bring those arms back up. Inhaling, big breath. By the time we get out there, we get a big full chest of breath. Excuse me. And then that exhale as you're coming back up. Let's get one more like that. Inhale to reach. And then that exhale as you're coming back, and just settle in one more time with those shoulder blades. Let's do a little of our balance work where we take one arm. I always like these nice and slow so that you have to like feel the wobbling moments. So if you go too fast, sometimes you miss them. Exhale as you come back. Right, kind of convince yourself to stay in the wobbly moments or just slowly move through them as you go out and then bring it back in. Let's do a couple more on each side. Timing your breath so that's a full inhale as you do that super slow reach out. And then that exhale as you come back in. And the whole time we're doing that thing where you're kind of hugging the roller with your shoulder blades, even as you're reaching that arm out to the side. We're always engaging those core muscles. I like to go slow because I like how when that arm gets out there, I feel how I got to pull in a little more in my center to not like wobble a bunch on my roller. And coming back. Let's get one more in there. Just even yourself out. Inhaling as you reach out. And then that exhale as you come up. Let's take those hands beside us on the mat. Just press your palms in. Notice, like, can you press your forearms in and your palms in, and that just kind of rolls open the shoulders and opens up our chest a little. Let's start with some movement in our low back where we're gonna do that pelvic tilt or tuck, and then we're gonna tip our pelvis away and create a little arch in our low back. And we are just rocking back and forth, using our muscles, of course, to get like that movement through our back. Maybe feeling that massagey effect of our sacrum, getting to roll back and forth into the roller. That massage effect that kind of brings circulation, helps get those tissues all woken up a little bit. Let's do one more of those. And then release. And then let's do, I'm gonna call this a little side to side wag your tail. It's like our sacrum scrub if you've done it with the balls before. Just kind of wag your hips side to side. Let it kind of rub as long as that feels okay on your roller. Again, we get a little massagey effect as well as getting that just movement in our low back as we go side to side. And then we'll come back to center. Let's press our feet in, press our hands in. Let's play with a little bit of that bridging. Let's do progressive ones where we do that pelvic tuck and maybe just lift like an inch. And then you roll down back to that neutral or even a little tip away and then doing that again. So next one, in your mind, it's a couple inches rolling up and down. It doesn't have to be exact. It's just like every time you get a little bit more of that lift, we feel a little more of the engagement and work as we're rolling up, rolling down, maybe tipping pelvis away. Let's do a couple more of those. You decide how far you want to go up on those first ones of the day. Rolling back down. One more time. Notice, are those arms pressing in? Are your shoulder blades still wrapped around? And then just that rolling down. All right, let's come off